So I think we might just see the biggest war so far in this campaign because Russia just declared war on Qing. Now, I don't know where the Qing regiments are at. They're facing a lot of different wars right now, so they might just get completely rolled over by the Russian Empire. But we'll see. I mean, we're going to find out, like, right now. Now, Punjab is one of those threats that we were looking at that could be maybe a rival to Russia at some point. But right now, Punjab is dealing with so much right now with their pretender rebels that have popped up. And those are going to be pretty bad for their empire. I don't know what exactly is going to happen. Persia might also be a good threat. At least if one of these two nations needs to dominate the other. That's what needs to happen. We need to get some sort of... I don't know, some sort of power in the Middle East to really stand up to the Russian Empire, because right now it's not looking so good. So I don't know where their regiments are at. Again, like I said, they're facing a huge threat from all over the place. Maybe they lost most of their military. So they're fighting the Russians. They did support the independence of Portuguese Angola, as well as they're fighting the British, which I don't know where or how. I don't know where that came from. Why are you fighting the British? Is it... Oh, okay, so the Qing declared that. It was an imperialist war. I don't even know what they wanted for that. Maybe they were going to go after the... here are their troops in the subcontinent of India. So they're sending everything back up north, obviously. I mean, I'm not mad at the AI. That was a very smart choice of Qing to do. They needed to try to gain some more power as the Russians to the north were, really starting to control a lot there. So I'm guessing that you also declared with Portuguese Mozambique at the same time, right? Yes, and Mombasa supported that independence. I mean, right now you're not doing too bad. Not bad at all, right? And now you're winning your war with 8 war score. Obviously, you also have to fight the Russians, but the Russians are going to have their hands full within Chinese territory, so they probably won't be dealing with anything in Africa. Seems like most of the nations right now that are winning are some of the nations that are still in Africa, some of the Western powers that can still control things. Oh, I didn't realize Revolutionary France did have something left in North Africa, right next to Air. Aha. Okay. And is this Angola? Yeah, well, kind of. It's not really occupied by Portugal. Yes. So the USA is at, yeah, because they also declare, oh, that's not good. Too many colonies just declared their independence with Portugal. So luckily Portugal did the right thing. They grabbed a whole bunch of alliances, which is going to keep their colonies in line for now. I don't know for how much longer. At some point, they're not going to want to stay in line. So here comes the first big battle. So the Russians have already acquired a few provinces here and there. If someone else were to declare back in the west of Russia, then that'd be really positive for Qing, but I don't think anyone's going to do that. Prussia's still at war. Did they take anything away from Bavaria? Yes, they did. At least, well, they took a little bit from Bavaria, but Bavaria's been crushed. Württemberg grabbed more provinces, and they were forced to release a whole bunch. As well as France got some of their lands back. So it was a big, big battle for Prussia to win. We'll see if they're going to be able to push back and keep... well, no, they won't have to worry about the independences. Or, I'm sorry, they won't have to worry about... for some reason, I thought they were supporting the colonies, the Portuguese colonies, but they're not. So they don't have to worry about any of the tribes in Africa. Or I should say the colonies in Africa. Well, Mombasa's a tribe, right? Yeah. Feudal monarchy. Yeah, so, I mean, they're a tribe, right? So technically, they're the Indian technology kingdom. I don't believe they were a colony that formed an independent nation, but I'm not 100%. And then, obviously, Cape Colony's at war with Qing. Did Thailand... Thailand did not support Qing. That's why we'll see this purple here that stands for just a royal marriage. So they had an alliance. Thailand was like, nope, I am not getting my head chopped off by the Russians. And I don't know why that metaphor was used. I just thought that would work really well, and it didn't. It didn't at all. Qing's not really trying much here. They're gonna lose so much. Well, they might not lose that much. We'll see. We'll see how much they lose. So here's the positive thing. This is what I'm thinking. Russia's gonna take a lot from Qing, from northern Qing. But what is this that just popped up? American peasants. Oh, okay, they're fine. This is what I'm thinking. Russia taking more provinces away. First of all, they took a crap ton away from Sweden. I'm surprised that, not everybody... I'm surprised that, everybody still likes Russia. Could have swore that, most people would hate them by now. But Austria still has a good opinion of them. Oh, Prussia and Norway don't. Most of the Europeans don't anymore. But, they're so divided that it's hard to say what's going on here. Uh-oh. Are we seeing a crash? Oh my gosh, we survived that somehow. Okay. Anyways, let me go and slow this down because there must be a lot going on. Because whenever, just like in the present day mod, like whenever Russia and Qing go to war, it's like or I guess Russia, China, Russia, Qing. There's a whole bunch going on. So I'm gonna slow this down to speed 3. Anyways, yes, what I'm thinking is gonna happen. People are not gonna be happy with Russia. People are going to be pretty pissed off, I think, when they take over a whole bunch of northern Chinese provinces. So I think at some point, I think that we're going to see them lose a lot of alliances. Okay, we're back again. I might need to even just skip ahead here. I'm gonna try one more time. If we see something like that, then I might need to end it a little bit earlier. But I think, like I was saying, I think that what we might see is a lot of people kind of dissolve their alliance with Russia. This is gonna be pretty. I think it's gonna be a lot. I mean, you never know. Sometimes the AI will dominate another AI, but they won't end up taking anything. That's also another big possibility. But let's go ahead and just go to speed 2 for a second here. See what happens. Qing is trying to gather up a force just north of Vietnam, but that will probably not be enough to stop the Russians at all. Are there other wars that are going on? Are there still like other massive wars? No, it's just mainly this. Peru going after Ecuador, so Peru's going to gain even more strength. Portuguese Angola is at negative 22 war score, so they're not having a fun time at all. Qing is at negative 5 war score with Great Britain, so Great Britain will not let them live that down. Persia at war with Bhutan. Oh, man, so Persia's doing the right thing here. Persia's really expanding their borders. Now that the Ottomans have been significantly weakened, they're doing the right thing. They're going after some of the nations that they need to go after. I'm sure it's only a matter of time before they eventually declare war on the UAE, which will be a pretty big deal for them. Maybe even declaring war on Iraq, too, because remember that truce is up, I believe. Yes. Because the Ottomans right now, I mean, they're just dealing with way too much. I think they're still trying to stable out after, losing so much of their land. See, that's another problem, is Naples has no alliance, whereas Tuscany does. Tuscany is actually allied to Prussia and Austria. See, that's what we really need to see. We need to see the Europeans kind of rise up against the Russians before they continue to push further inside. And you know what? I think Revolutionary France is back. Revolutionary France is back. They're pushing inside of Switzerland. They're probably going to gang their corps. I'm thinking they're going to gang their corps back, most of their corps back. Actually, do they only have one corps so far? They do. They only have two corps. I apologize. Well, why isn't this stuff considered their core? Because it was Burgundian, and then Switzerland took over it. So I believe that might explain why it's no longer a part. Yeah, I think that's it. So they lose their core after it got taken twice. All right, well, it's okay. I mean, Revolutionary France will be back. How's the British Isles? Okay, so no one's on the British Isles. Britain with a 54 stack. I don't believe the Americans... America is at war, that's right. So the colonies, the Portuguese colonies that tried to, uprise against their overlord in Portugal, they will not be winning this. They will definitely not. Oh, it looks like Brazil was even gotten involved. Wow. That's how you know it's going down. Brazil, I guess, isn't too bad of an alliance for the Ottomans, since Brazil obviously has the ability to just go anywhere in the world, and they're willing to fight these overseas wars. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to stop right there. Again, we're seeing like kind of a stuttering, so I'm probably gonna have to slowly, grind away at this until this war ends. But obviously, it's safe to say that Russia is going to win their war against Qing. I just don't know how much they're going to take. But we'll find out over the break. I will grind away at one speed and see what happens. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.